There we go.
No.
Since we're doing the impromptu, we're not doing an official show because COVID has taken down another one of our guests.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. We've had more guests and host issues from COVID in 2021 than we did all of last year.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad. I was like, how many weeks has it been? Because I've been down and out and under the weather, and you can still hear it, the frog in my throat that I'm constantly clearing.
Yeah, I hear
but at least I'm, back to mostly my old self.
That's good. That's good. We want you to be back to your good self, your hardworking and productive self, because we know you want to get those books written.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah. I had my little horror one that's going live in March, pretty much done before it hit, so that was good. And then,
is that the one that's the dragon, or
no, that the horror short story is a zombie one.
Yes.
And this one came out this week.
Oh, let's hold on. We got to make that big.
Oh, not you.
There we go.
His big face. It's a beautiful book.
Oh, I love the covers you pick. So let's talk about that, because you always tease me with beautiful covers, and then tell me
you're not supposed to be my enabler.
You tell me to say no, and then you show me these beautiful covers, and I'm like, I can't say no.
Yes. Yep. Before we get into the cover conversation, don't we pay homage to our...
We should. Okay. All right. Quick break to say how much we love our sponsor. And our first sponsor is Go Indie Now.
Hello, everybody. I am Joe Compton, and welcome to our channel, Go Indie Now. This is the place that celebrates indie artists and indie art. And we do so by producing several shows that either air on daily, weekly, monthly, or seasonal scheduling. And within those shows, we aim to educate and entertain you. If you're an indie artist who's trying to figure out how to do this, this is the place you need to be. If you're an indie artist who's looking to promote and doesn't have any avenues and is tired of the grind, this is the place to be. Because remember, it's always time to go indie now.
There we go. It's always time to go indie now.
Oh, yes.
And he's busy too. He's been doing a lot with Slam Dance on his channel right now. It's all the Slam Dance interviews and stuff, and it looks really cool.
Neat.
I've never done the indie side of movies and films, so being able to watch it from Joe's perspective is really, really cool.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, I am the enabler.
Yes. But look at what I've done to her because of that. Hold on, let me try to do this. Let's see if I can do this.
Oh, yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, Regine, they are super broken. We were talking about it before the show, that even the way StreamYard pushes to Facebook, it doesn't push the actual live link, because once it goes live, then it appears as an actual show link, which is weird. So I can't even tell people, hey, Facebook on this link, because it ends up changing.
So did I share that or no?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Oh, I do kill more characters now. Well, yeah, okay.
It's cathartic.
Let's try to share my screen again. Hold on. Yeah, and you ready? Maybe it'll share. Okay, it should be sharing.
Oh, there it is.
Yes, and look who the authors are.
Now there's a story behind that.
Yes.
You blame me. You call me the enabler. So I get a message as usual from Jane saying, hey, check this cover out and tell me no. Do I say no? Of course not. She goes, look at this set of covers. And I'm like, oh, those are beautiful. I love the hair. I love the wolf in the background. And then she kind of just tosses in there, so should I put our names on it?
Apparently I should.
So yes, there will be a new trilogy that's going to be coming out from both of us in the somewhat near future.
Yes. Actually, it'll probably be early 2022.
I'm excited. I
Yeah,
need a kick in the pants to get back and start writing more instead of just worrying about work. I need to get back into that creativity, which I haven't done in a while.
yes. Well, yeah, I've been, COVID brain, not writing since, I finished the other stuff at the end of mid-January-ish. So, and Rebekah was my reader for the zombie one. That's probably why she says Jane kills more people.
Well, we already knew that you kill a lot of people. You have fun killing people, I think.
I think so too. It's a stress relief. It's better than doing it in real life. You
got a point there. You totally have a point there. So much better than doing it in real life.
Management in control. I'm a little thing too, so this little tiny terror.
See, look at that. There was no way I could say no to that, obviously. So she was sneaky. She knew she'd rope me in. And of course, it didn't take but 5 minutes before we're already outlining.
Oh yeah, we have some of the outlines and things like that. So that was a fun thing to do too, to get our brains back into the writing mode. Because at that point, neither one of us had really been writing. I have the dragon, the first in the dragon series that I'm doing that I gotta write. I'm only 10,000 words into that sucker. So yeah. Therapy. Yes. Therapy.
It is therapy. In fact, I was just talking before the show. I was talking to a friend of mine who just went through a breakup. And I was like, you know what we need to do? We need to go out to one of those rec rooms. Those rooms where you pay for like a 30-minute package just to beat the crap out of stuff and destroy stuff legally. Like that is therapy right there. And the same with killing characters in your book. It's therapy.
It is. I've been joking for years. The number of people who die in the evening as I'm writing is directly related to how bad my day at the day job has gone. And it is so true, because if I get, hostile at the day job, which, these days is a lot, it is therapeutic. And I try not to make my coworkers the characters because that's just wrong.
Names have been changed to protect the innocent or guilty.
Exactly. Exactly. That's one of my greatest releases, I guess. No guest tonight. Ooh.
No, our guest unfortunately backed out due to his family dealing with COVID. So we will reschedule. We'll bring him back on. He's another podcaster. So we thought it would be a really fun show to talk about the different ways we approach it, but we will get him back. Amanda says throw plates against the wall kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Remember that scene in the movie Office Space where they take the baseball bat to the printer?
Yep.
That is what a rec room is, or some people call them a rage room, where they have just all of this old equipment and stuff that you can break, and you pay for 30 minutes to an hour, and you go in with weapons and you can beat the crap out of things. I so want to do this.
My son-in-law and husband did with that with stuff when they moved into their house. They put it in the garage and brought sledgehammers down there because we had to fit it in the dumpster. and unfortunately, I did not get a video of it because I was laughing so hard and I was clicking pictures. Like, damn it. But yes, they did a good job on them with sledgehammers.
And they probably got a lot of their stress out doing it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So, You'll have to excuse me if I glaze over. I was up pretty late last night. My daughter had her baby.
Congratulations.
And her nickname is Katie.
Oh, it's such a good nickname.
Yes, it is. It is. It wasn't what I chose. I would have, but yeah, no, they had the baby at 10 after 12. So
Aw,
yes.
wonderful.
Oh yeah, I was kind of bummed I wasn't in the room like last time. Damn COVID.
Yeah. Now, how soon before you get to go see her?
We're leaving tomorrow. We're going
Oh,
down tomorrow morning because she gets out of the hospital tomorrow because she had some complications. So
yes. Yeah, that's going to take a little time to get through. Is she going to be in the hospital for multiple days, or do they think she'll be
No,
able to be released?
they're releasing her tomorrow.
Okay. All
That's
right.
why we're going down tomorrow because we're staying at the house through Thursday night. So because my husband has a doctor's appointment on Friday up here.
How long of a drive is that?
3 hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not bad at all. I mean, in New England, it's like forever. but in the rest of the United States, 3 hours is a hop, skip, and a jump.
It really depends on what you have to drive through. Because I mean, like I can get to Phoenix in about 4.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me doesn't feel like a lot.
Yeah.
But the hour and a half between Phoenix and Tucson, whenever I get all the way down there, that feels like forever.
Is it? Well, yeah. Why does she like use me as a scapegoat? Sorry. I just saw that. Yes, it's you know.
I think because you
are on the side. I'm sorry, people. You have to understand it. Just
I think you kill people and you're rubbing off on her, and maybe that's it. So if people get mad at her for killing, then they're gonna blame you.
Okay, I can handle it. It was like, oh, you want to see people die? Here, read this. Welcome to my world.
Yeah, there have been times where I have read books that you've sent me,
Mm-hmm.
and you even warned me.
Yep.
And I get to the part, and I'm like, what? No, but Jane, damn it!
You can't do that. Well, I did.
Yeah, even when you've warned me, because I think it was the Snow White one you warned me about.
Yes. Yeah, that one had some. Yeah.
Never ceases to surprise.
Vengeance. You never read Vengeance.
I don't think so.
No, you never read my Steve Williams series.
No, I don't think I have. I think that's.
Oh yeah, that one's the early days.
I think I've read about.
I was mad a lot at work.
What's that?
The early days, I was mad a lot at work.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, that's between that and my games thriller series. Those were.
Damn it, Jane. Put that on a t-shirt.
Yes. Well, they always have a damn it, Janet, right? But yeah, yeah. Well,
but that's what makes them so good. Even if you know it's coming, it still surprises you. It still gets a very visceral reaction out of you.
Yeah, the Steve Williams series got a lot of visceral reaction from people until Crystal Illusions came along. That one I sort of drew back from a lot of the, realist stuff that happened in the other stuff, because it's FBI crime thriller with a supernatural twist. So, yeah.
Mike says, I have good news. My book is now. Oh, 3 local bookstores. Congratulations, Mike.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Yes. Yay.
That's the goal for a lot of us, is getting into those big box stores. So congratulations. Very good.
Absolutely. It's great. Yeah. What were we talking about? Killing people.
Killing people. There was one book, I can't remember the name of the book it was. It was an unexpected, at least to me, death at the very end of a main character. And I remember messaging you back going, why the hell did you do that? But no, I was waiting for happily ever after, and then bam.
That was Fire Cursed, wasn't it?
No, it was earlier than Fire Cursed. We're talking a while back.
So it
was
had to
still in that family, though. It was still in that family, but it was further back.
So it had to have been hunting season.
I can't remember which title it was, and I'm always bad with titles.
Yep.
But I remember I was so mad. How could you do this? But the reaction was there. You got the emotional response, which meant that I cared about the character enough. You did your job.
Yeah, because if you never read the FBI series one, it wasn't that then.
No, it was in the family of books that we've touched on, and that I've beta read a lot for you.
Yeah,
so all of the angels and all that stuff.
Yep.
It was in that family, but I can't remember the exact book name.
And I'm like, which one did I have deaths at the end? Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah,
I don't want to give spoilers away either, but yeah.
Well, my mother-in-law is ordering this because she's read all the other ones with the exception of the other oh my God, I just blanked out the name of the ebook that's between Finding Death and that. That's okay. It took some handshaking. All right.
Yep, yeah, glad handing does work if you've got that.
Absolutely.
You've got that rapport with your local bookstores. It goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike also says you've got great book covers. I wanted to touch on that because we joke about the fact that you always tell me to tell you no, and you're always sending me gorgeous covers. In fact, I remember you sent me your whole list of covers that haven't had a book assigned to them yet, and I was like,
I'm like,
I can't even pick. I can't even pick. There's so many beautiful ones to choose from. So I want to hear how you found your cover artists and what you look for in a cover.
Well, the first cover artist I found, Cora Graphics, which did all my, earlier covers, like the not the game series, but the Steve Williams series and the Ryan Chronicles and the original Death Chronicles, and all my fairy tale ones. I found her through, the publishing company and, Novel Concept Publishing. One of my authors had her, and said, I want to use these covers on my books, instead of using our cover artist for the publishing place. And I said, let me see them, because I'm really picky. Yeah. And I saw it and I said, I love this. I said, can I have her link? And she gave me the link, and I worked with her and got those covers for Melissa Mayberry's books that we printed. And I saw a very, very awesome science fiction cover. And we had a sci-fi author who, I think at that point he had passed away, but we still had his contract. And I pulled the cover and I went to his wife. I said, can I use this cover on the book while we still have it? And she's like, yes. And it ended up being an award-winning science fiction cover. And then I just started using her because she was reasonable. I mean, majorly reasonable. She's out of Italy. So, and at that time, I think that was many years ago. So the covers were about anywhere between 50 and 80, depending upon if she had sales.
Oh, wow. That's very reasonable.
And I just watch her site and wait for her to post pre-mades. Most of the stuff I get is pre-mades. And then, if I saw something, I want. I sent her basically the note. So I look for something that really catches my eye, or makes a story pop into my head. You know, the latest one that's on Amazon for, hold on, let me go find it before I do this. I don't want to share the screen and make you guys dizzy.
I'm gonna share this real quick too.
Okay.
That's Cora, right?
Let's see. Hold on. Yes, that's Cora Graphics.
She has got some beautiful designs.
Oh yes, she does. Yep, I have Jasmine. I have that.
You have that one?
Yep. That's the next fairy tale one whenever I get to it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's pretty too.
Oh yeah, she has some stunning ones, and you know she does a lot of, as you saw, the Regency romance stuff. So you know it was interesting to get to the stuff that she didn't really normally do, and she knocked it out of the park. So what am I doing? I'm looking for that.
Wow. Yeah, she has got some gorgeous work. She does a lot of I wish I remembered the name of the term. It's the lighting effects.
Yes.
That she uses. It's very, very good highlighting with the lights. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And then you know jumping around online, I started to follow some major cover artists, some you know that are way out of my price range. And then by doing that, I also found Julie Nicholls, who has done a lot of my covers. She did, you know, the Running from the Devil trilogy for us. And you know, this one, hold on. It's very different, but it's also horror. So it just, the coloring and the I don't know, it just was like, ooh, that would be a great prequel to to you know my Undead series that I'll be writing.
Yeah, that's really
cool.
The use of color is very important there, and it definitely makes a big statement.
Yes, exactly. The other covers in the series are not like that, but I thought that is a perfect lead-in for a horror story. No, I haven't.
So Mike's asking if we use Fiverr or have considered using Fiverr, and I no.
No, not with all the issues that I've seen and heard, and you know the low budget covers are you know for some of the because some are up and up, but for other ones they're not paid for stock, or they're stolen covers. So I wouldn't go near them with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, you've got to be very careful with the covers that you purchase, and you need to vet your cover artist. And the best way, we've said it before, is to reach out to other authors and find out who they've used and who they've liked, because that's going to tell you a little bit about their reputability. That's going to tell you a little bit about the genre they specialize in, because if you notice the different cover artists, and I'll throw up a few more here in a bit, different cover artists have different styles that they do best in.
Yes, like Julie does best in the PNR and the urban fantasy, and you know all the you know magic books and fantasy and things like that. So and I'm sort of weaning my way into that world instead of more of the hard-boiled stuff that I did before. So
Timothy makes a good point here about supplying the stock. If you're purchasing your own stock photos to have them manipulate, that's a lot better, because when you're not purchasing the photo, you're purchasing the rights to use that photo. And there are limitations depending on which license you get. Most of the general licenses cover about 500,000 impressions, and the extended ones become universal, but those are a lot more expensive. So if you're purchasing just you know, deposit photos, what is it?
Shutterstock.
Shutterstock, thank you.
And stock. Yeah.
Find out what the limits are on the rights to use. And if you're not the one purchasing the art, if the artist is purchasing the art, they're purchasing the art with the ability to manipulate it. They cannot give you that original piece of art. They are not legally allowed to give that to you because that is not in their license.
And you also
have to finish the book.
Yeah. You also have to worry about fonts.
Oh yes, same thing with fonts.
Yes. The fonts. Yep. Yeah, I got hit with the author who I originally did the Undead series with. She had a pre-made that I loved, and I loved the font. And I said, you know, and I assume since she did a pre-made, which is a wrong assumption on my part, that she had the license for it. Come to find out, that license for each book you put it on was something like $120 per book. Yes.
Ouch.
Yeah. And she did not tell me. So we had to redo all the covers after I found that out. She said, "Oh no, you have to purchase that." I'm like, "Excuse me?" So that cover artist I do not work with anymore because of that. And then I went back and said, "Where did you get all the stock? I want your proof of purchase of all the stock. I want your proof of purchase for all the fonts," and everything else she seemed to have. But it was just, you know, a bad taste in my mouth as an author for her to assume at that point in time I was going out and getting all the stock. I was going out and getting all the font things, which is not the right approach for a cover artist.
Yeah.
And I have the cover artists that I went to and said, "Is this normal?" You know, I have at least a dozen of them that I go to that have been in the industry for years. You know, Willsin. Hi, Willsin. And was like, is this normal? And it's like, no, it's not. The cover artist is supposed to, you know, purchase that stuff and then for their creative things. So it was like, okay. And they said, if you want to do that, you can, but it's not necessary as long as the cover artist has purchased all the things in their photos. So
usually
you do have to be careful of using photos and using cover art in, you know, like t-shirts and mouse pads and things like that, because again, the license matters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're using it for personal use, it's very different than, you know, creating things and selling them. So
usually when I do, because I'll do covers as part of Rising Sign books, and I focus primarily on nonfiction when I do those. But when I do a cover, when I deliver that cover, I also deliver a second document, which outlines, here's where I got the file from. Here's what that license covers. This is why you are getting the book cover and not the original artwork, because that's not part of the license. Here's the file and the link. If you want to go get this art yourself, here's where you can purchase your own license for the original piece, because you've got to cover your butt just as much as the author has to cover their butt.
Yes, absolutely.
And they need to be informed. And just like you were not informed, you can't assume that the author knows what's going on. You kind of have to, you know, make sure that everybody's on the same level footing.
Yes. And that, you know, and I like the cover artists that have contracts and spell it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you got to read those contracts pretty closely to understand, you know, which kind of cover artist they are. You know, is it somebody that puts the onus on you as the author and just goes, no, not my issue, you know, but especially after the debacle with Laura LaSalle's Pestilence a few years ago, she had a beautiful cover. I mean, it was the reason why I bought the book, and it turned out to be stolen.
Oh God.
And she was devastated. So, she had to go get another cover but the covers that she's gotten for the series that she has are beautiful now. So yes, all butts should be covered. Especially with warm Sherpa blankets. So
yes, it's a necessary evil, but it doesn't just protect, one side. It protects both sides.
Right.
And, a lot of times, especially when I'm doing freelance work and I mention, okay, let me get the contract written up. There's always that hesitation. Like, do we really need to do this? Yes, because I want to make sure everything's on the up and up. We know what's going on. We know who's doing what, where, and when. Mm-hmm. Everything's spelled out. It's not an evil thing. It's to make sure that everybody's on the same page. We know the expectations.
We both signed a publishing contract for my publishing company for running from the devil stuff because it was necessary.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. It's it's the best practices in business. So, oh yeah.
But back to the good stuff. Let's talk about pretty covers and where you find them.
Well, Julie and Cora are my main ones. Julie branched off with Jarling and did Joolz and Jarling covers. He's an illustrator. He's the one that, basically did a lot of the illustration. This tree was not in the original picture. He drew that. He was like, it needs something. So, between that was their creation. It did start with Daz and go through that. This one was their original one that I bought. It's the first one in the series. So,
I love them.
Yes.
Let me see if I can find, is it covers by Julie?
Yep. Covers by Julie.
Okay. Well, we can throw some of her stuff up on the screen.
Okay.
Show a little love to the cover artists we like.
It's supposed to be ho ho ho, Rebekah. Sorry. Yes, this is covered by Julie.
Oh, very nice. Oh, I like that one.
Yep. Yes.
Oh, here's her gallery. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Those are gorgeous. And if you notice, again, cover artists are good with specific styles. So you're not going to go to her for a Regency romance book.
No. You're going to go to Cora for the Regency. You're going to go to her for anything in the fantasy realm.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Angels, demons, pixies, fairies, shifters.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Wow. Yeah, she's got some gorgeous stuff.
Yes. Yep. And Joolz and Jarling, I don't think they have a website. I think they're just the Facebook page.
Oh, let's see if I can find theirs as well.
Yeah.
Joolz and Jarling.
Yes. If not, I can find it.
Let's see some photos.
He does a lot of genres. He's mostly, he does horror really well. And he does some epic fantasy really well too. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. That's gorgeous.
Yeah. You have to look at his covers for a long time to see all the intricate detail.
Yeah. They are gorgeous though.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on in that cover.
Yes.
I know that one. That looks
I have a handful of theirs. Theirs are on the upper scale of the money line.
That is nice.
Yep.
Wow. Those are some really cool covers.
Yes.
Oh, I love the use of color.
Oh, yeah.
Where the eyes just pop right there. That blue in the eyes is like the first thing you see.
Yep.
Oh, those are gorgeous.
Yes.
And see, now this is what she does to me. She sends me these covers and then says, tell me no, please tell me no. And I'm like, how do I tell you no when you send this to me?
Yes.
We've got check
I
out our
have
calamity blankets. Oh yes, the Three Furies press has some really good blankets.
Yes. Yes. Well, this my son's girlfriend gave me this for Christmas, so
Aw.
and it's warm. And I live in New Hampshire. So yes, it's critical.
All
And
right,
it's,
let me
yeah.
see if
Oh,
I can
that's the O versus ho ho ho. Yeah, I have it backwards.
So
Yeah,
this
she
is the one that
wouldn't
I
give me a Hmm?
This is one that I use. She does really interesting covers for young adult.
Yeah.
And this is Molly Phipps.
Okay.
We Got You Covered as her cover company. She's branched out more into other genres, but she primarily was urban fantasy and young adult. And lately she's been doing a lot more of these more whimsical covers. I kind of like the new style, but this is more in line with what she was doing when I initially started working with her. These are cool.
Yeah.
Those are cool. Let's see. Oh, here's your portfolio. Let's see. Custom covers. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
She's got some really, really cool designs. Ooh, I like those. And the use of color right there. Again, that red,
Right.
when done right, oh.
Yes. It pops.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
I love these. These are really cute.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I really like, I'm drawn to these cutesy, really just cartoonish, but not really covers.
Mm-hmm.
And again, her use of color. I really like how she uses color to make the statements. But she's one of my favorites. I've used her for the Little Werewolf series, and she also does my Agents of Asset series.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I found a few other ones that I'm starting to follow. But I'm sort of like supposed to be on a ban.
Supposed to be famous last words there.
Ooh, I might have to look at that.
So who else have you used?
I've used, let's see, Heather. Let me go find them. Oh, I don't want to close you down. Hold on. That would not be good.
Yes, tonight is Pretty Pictures with Katie and Jane.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. We're giving some great cover designers.
What kind of spurned that was I was showing Jane this that I'd made earlier because I did an interview with another group this week, and they wanted my book covers. I was like, okay, let's see if I can stick as many of them as possible on there.
Yeah. Oh,
there's different styles. Like Willsin did the recover of my Immortalis series. He also did my Old Town Pack books 1 and 2, Dark Salvation. Those are all Willsin covers. Being Alpha was a pre-made. I couldn't turn that one down. I really liked that one. Same with Molten Heart. That was a pre-made that I had bought. And then Covers by Christian did my Dissension, Complication, and Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
So I've worked with a couple of different artists, depending on what I feel like fits the book.
Yep. Let me just go back and.
It's like we said, you don't want somebody who specializes in fantasy doing your Regency romance. They might not get the tone right.
Exactly.
It still might be pretty, but it might not fit the tone properly.
Right. Exactly. So this is another one. Hold on. Let me see if I can find one that you didn't tell me to say no to. And here we go. Hold on. No, there. All right. You did not tell me to say no to this.
I didn't tell you. Are you sure?
No, yes. You again. What are the enabler? Okay, so I need.
Oh, I'll probably recognize this.
Yes, you will.
Yep.
Book cover artistry is another one.
Yep. You snapped up a cover, and it was in your file you gave me when you said, just pick something. I was like, okay, I'll try and pick something. There's a cover that you snapped up that I had in my my saved, if I can ever afford it to buy later file.
Yeah.
And when I saw it in yours, I was like, I need to come up with a story so we can co-write it because I wanted that cover.
Which one was it?
It was the girl and the wolf, and it was in orange tones.
The one without the I know which one. Hold on. The covers to be written.
I write a lot of shifters, so we could come up with a wolf story eventually. But I had that in my own personal, like, save this for later, come back to it when you've got money file.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So this one. And this, folks, is a Cora Graphics.
Yep. Yep, that's the one.
And I think I got this for $25.
What? Oh, now I'm kicking myself. Oh.
It was a mega sale she was having, and I'm like, I don't have a title for it. She says, you can do the title later. I said, okay.
Yeah, that is a gorgeous cover. I absolutely loved that cover. Because I follow her stuff too. I see her stuff pop up every so often, but I never catch the sales. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm on our newsletter or whatever, but yeah. So if
it went to anybody, I'm glad it went to you.
Yes. Well, I kind of got it with that thought in the back of my mind. That's right again.
Exactly. That is a steal. Most covers, it used to be 50 to 100 was an average price. Now it's 150 to 200 is becoming average price. But you're talking the full set. I'm talking like just getting the ebook. Oh,
no, Julie and Joolz and Jarling are at that high end. I looked at Luminescent covers, which I love her covers, but she does auctions.
Oh,
yeah,
that never ends well.
Yeah, I mean, I love this one of hers, which I snagged, and I was like so excited to get it. I have to write it. I have to. And I absolutely love it. Hold on, let's go share.
Do I even want to know how much our covers cost?
They weren't bad.
Okay. I was gonna say I'll find out later when we draw up contracts, but
do
I even want to know? Oh, wow. Yes.
I got this before she was popular.
Damn.
So I got that at a very reasonable auction price. But the last one that I saw on our site, and I loved it. I went out because there's an early buyout option. It's $1,500. I can't.
Nope.
I can't. Not when I can go to Joolz and Jarling and get an illustrated cover for a fraction of that. And I know, I have one of his that I watched him do from scratch. And I said, mine. Because there's never going to be anything else like it out there. So, I'd rather pay a little more for something like that. I think Claire Holt has basically priced herself into the top echelon of authors at this point, which is good for her. But yeah.
I have to wonder, and Timothy makes a good point here about if the covers attract the readers, it's worth it to pay. And part of me thinks that it's kind of if you can afford the cover, you are also affording the marketing. It's not just the cover that's selling.
Mhm.
So while yes, it's an investment, I don't think it's just the cover that's really doing it. But if you can afford that cover, you're obviously able to afford the marketing that also helps
Right.
the sales. So it balances out in the end.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you're paying $1,500 for a cover, you're not doing the bottom barrel discount publishing, trying to make every penny stretch as far as it can.
Right.
You've got money to burn.
You're putting thousands into marketing, into ads, into Facebook ads, Amazon ads, BookBub ads, and things like that. So you're doing all of that stuff as well. So yeah, you're right. The ones that can drop that, great.
And this isn't a knock to anybody who can't afford that. This is just bringing it to our level here. If you can't afford those covers, you're probably not also doing the marketing and stuff. We're not able to get to that level of marketing because it's like a step ladder. You start off, at the ground level. You start off with your grassroots marketing. And if that works, you build up and you build up and you build up. And it's a self-feeding system. Once things, start really rolling, you can't stop. You have to keep going and going and going till you get to that, 6-figure author status where you are spending every month on advertising. And that chunk of change you're spending on advertising isn't going to be cheap.
Right. And there are some very talented, very reasonably priced cover artists out there.
Yes.
And that are above board. I have to add that because you got to make sure they're above board. Yeah. And yeah, Tim, me too. For a trilogy, maybe. Yes, that makes some semblance of sense.
Ouch, that's still $500 a cover. I just I can't do it. But I'm not at that level though. I'm not at that level where I'm comfortable spending. I was at one point. I think 500 was the highest I paid for a cover, and I thought it was going to be the end all be all. And it really, I don't use that cover anymore.
Yeah.
And the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I really wish I hadn't wasted that money. I could have put it into marketing instead. But you live and learn. But at one point I did jump in and do a $500 cover, and that's gorgeous.
Yes.
And beautiful as it was, that wasn't what made or broke that book.
Yeah, this is the Joolz. This is another Joolz and Jarling cover. I've got 3 of them in the series.
That is gorgeous.
Yes.
Oof.
So that'll be coming in June. so it's for
true.
Yeah,
true,
exactly.
Absolutely. Pretty covers can be completely wrong. I had a cover artist do the second recover of my Immortalis series. And I personally loved them. I thought they were really unique and stand out and gorgeous. And they were not the right tone at all. I immediately had to go back and recover them. And I paid for each of those sets of covers. So I had to pay, learn the hard way with my wallet. And I think Willsin did the final recover, and he hit the tone a lot better than the previous cover artist. And it wasn't because the cover artist was bad.
Right.
It just was the wrong tone for that book series.
Yeah. I mean, in the beginning, way back in 2011 and 2012, I did the Steve Williams series myself. Let's look at the progression.
Oh, this should be fun.
Yes, I do have the old covers. Hold on. Where's my evolution of covers? Okay. Let's see. This was not mine. Hold on, where is it? Where's the one with the most? Is it hunting season? Yeah, this is the first one. Yes, please.
Do your homework. Laugh. That's right. Absolutely.
Yes,
do your homework.
Don't laugh.
Oh, goody. I can't wait.
Yep.
That's okay. I'll bring out mine too. You can laugh. You can laugh right along with me.
This was my creation. And it sold pretty good back in 2012.
Oh, I remember that cover.
Yep.
I remember that one.
Oh, yes, that was one. So, okay, so that was the first. Oh, yes, it's like, oh my God. And it was funny when I ordered author copies and got that recently. I was like, what? All right. And then this is the Cora's redesign for that same cover. Hold on. Sorry, folks. This share screen thing is. See, that's a little bit better.
Yep, I remember that one.
Yep. So that was hunting season.
Yep, and that fits more within the genre.
Yep, exactly. The FBI thriller, supernaturally, supernatural one. So that was interesting. Let's see. I don't have my survival games progression. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. I've got to give the story to this. Where am I? Here I am. The background art on this is an actual painting that my brother-in-law did for me. Now, my brother-in-law has paintings throughout my house, but I said, can you do this? Do you remember that one?
I don't remember that one.
Okay. Yeah, that was probably 2010.
Okay.
So yeah. So that
beautiful, but definitely wrong tone.
No, this one, it's probably the right tone. I'll put it that way.
Not for the look that people expect.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was unique, but it didn't bring, the next steps out. And then I got Willsin's cover through Accessica, which was not this one. Oh, nope. No, this one didn't have Willsin's cover. This one came from Cora Graphics. So this was the second cover in that series. Let's go here. And this was probably around the time I found Cora, so it must have been 2012 again.
I remember that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The only thing is, it looks more like Demon versus,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only thing that was not quite on point. I love the cover. I still do, but it was not on point. So then we had this one, which is what it is now. Can you see that?
Which one?
Did it not come up? Oh, hold on. Stop sharing that one. And, I'm not sharing, am I?
Nope.
All right. The share screen thing does not work the same way. So this is what it is now.
Oh, yeah.
And that is much more the thriller theme that I was going for that. So, yes. But yeah, the progression of those things, it takes you from, okay, what's the market going through? Not a fan of which font. Probably the survival games ones.
All right. You want me to dig my skeletons out now too?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
And we could show the people we made mistakes. We did our own covers. We didn't really know what we were doing in the beginning.
Live and learn.
Yep.
So my first book, and at the time, that was pretty fitting. I did have a cover artist do that one. I didn't do that one myself. And I liked it. I thought it was a great cover. And I eventually, when the series was complete, and I wish I had one that has the entire series in the original covers, but I don't. So when that one was complete and I was trying to rebrand them because none of the covers seemed to match, I went with that.
Can you make it bigger? Yes, make it bigger.
So the brand was on point.
Yep.
But it didn't really nail the urban fantasy as well as expected. This looked a lot more horror.
Yes. I was thinking, yeah, exactly. That's more the horror side.
And so it was like, okay, it wasn't selling well. I don't even think these covers were out for a full year before I went back to Willsin and I said, Willsin, help. And we came up with this one.
Yep.
Which was a little bit more on point. We got the branding all together, so everything looks uniform.
Yep.
And this is the final rendition of that series. And that took 3 tries, and that was paying for 4 books 3 different times. Anyone else surprised that Jane wrote a story with survival in it?
Yeah, survival game is mind game and end game. So
okay, so Josh says not a fan of the font on Survival Games version 2.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to keep it in the vein of the rest of the series because initially this was the second book in it, which I loved. I loved this one. Hold on. Let's go here. And it helps if I share. And this was the second book in that series for a very long time. And it's our favorite Willsin that did this.
Oh, yes. Oh, I remember that one.
Yes. Yep.
That was like the freakiest looking picture. Every time I saw it, I was like, oh, but you don't forget it.
Nope, you never do. So that one, it took me a very long time to let go of that one and put it in the same genre with the third cover that you saw to recover them all. And it was like, yeah. But yes, it was very different.
Now there's one cover, I'm going to try and find it real quick here because I don't want to take too much time, that I wish I could use again because it was my absolute favorite cover. And I do have the flat. I have the no font on it version, and maybe someday I can reuse it. All right. And you'll probably remember this one, Jane.
Okay.
And this is another reason I had to rebrand my Immortalis series because none of them matched.
Yep. You're not sharing yet.
I'm frozen.
No. Tech issues. We need the tech people. Oh, that's you, Katie. Sorry.
Am I completely frozen? Can you at least see me?
Yes, I can see you and I can hear you.
What the heck?
Maybe I shared too much.
My screen is like just white.
Ooh. Closed. Maybe you made it too big on the last one. Do you see us or no?
Let's see if this works.
Okay.
Come on, anytime now.
Your whole screen is white, or is it just?
Yeah, my whole screen just went white.
Oh.
Like it went not responding and turned white.
So maybe it was StreamYard that kind of like freaked you out.
All right, give me a second. I'm gonna pop out and pop back in.
Okay. Yeah, maybe, Rebekah. Oh. popped out and popped back in, Katie. Oh, maybe she has. She's frozen now. So, yes. No, that Katie's cover was awesome. So here she is.
I'm back. Let's see if it'll let me share now.
Yes. Well, Rebekah just said the cover was so bad, StreamYard blocked Katie.
Oh, no, not bad.
No. Yeah, I loved that one.
That was my absolute favorite cover.
Yeah.
And I would love to be able to reuse it.
Hmm.
But again, that was why the series had to be rebranded, because nothing matched.
Yeah, I with this series, with the Finding Death, and I somehow got them all to look branded together, because
Magic.
and they're this cover artist is different than Joolz and Jarling. But I saw this and I'm like, oh, that would be perfect for her.
Yeah.
So
Serendipity. Sometimes it's just meant to work. And when it does, great.
Yeah, and the coloring on all of them it's in the same palette. So it worked out beautifully. So, you can find pre-mades that gel together for series. That it's hard, but if you have the font and your name and the series things all consistent, you can still carry it through.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
But it is important that you do have, if you write in series, that the branding is there so that you can, what are you laughing at?
Rebekah's comment. Yes, it's 6x9 and I have tiny hands.
We argue about that because I'm a 5x8. Like, that's my favorite size, and you're a 6x9. And what's funny is I used the covers of our books the other day when I was talking to a client who was asking about the size difference. So I pulled out the, I think it was Beyond I pulled out, and I put it up against the other books, and I was trying to show size and width and what the pages look like inside to just give an accurate idea of what the formatting can look like.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a 6x9 girl, not 9.5. And yes, little hands. It's, oh my God, it's after 9.
Yeah, we went on and on. I'm going to save all the links that we shared today for anybody who's watching, and I will put them in the show notes in the text box below. So if you happen to like any of the artists that we have talked about, you'll be able to easily find them.
Yes, and we need to pay homage to the woman who's making fun of me.
Yes, and she has some beautiful covers too. So Miss Rebekah over here with some very, very cool covers, and she definitely has the branding going on with hers too. You can really see the ones that are connected by the way that they're branded. So Mistress Rebekah Dirty Jonesy, you will be entertained. And it is now Wednesdays that she does live readings on her page. So you definitely want to check out her Facebook page and listen in on her live readings. She is fabulous.
Yes. And I'm so glad I was feeling good enough to come on tonight. I always have fun with you guys.
Here we go. For those of you wanting to see the size difference, because I did literally had them side by side. There's your size difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the 6x9s because it's uniform on my shelves. But I have high shelves. The other books fit on the lower shelves.
Oh.
The smaller shelves.
Mine are like mismatched and like Tetris stacked in there. However they fit.
No, I'm a little more anal. My book stacking.
I'll let Rebekah handle that one.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I think that does it for us this week. We will be back next week. Hopefully nobody else will be taken out by COVID next week.
Yeah.
Cross our fingers, knock on wood. We love you guys. Thanks for all of your likes, your shares, your comments. Please remember, tell a friend, spread the word. That way it keeps us going. And we will see you next week.